Tuesday, December 5th, 2017, Monaco 64, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. So before I go any further, this is a sponsored video. I'm part of a bounty program for an ICO that will, the pre-ICO will start on December 17th and the ICO will run until January 24th. So this video will be basically an introduction to the ICO, and people also, viewers who are interested in ICOs and investing, they should know that besides being an opportunity, of course, and speculation, that it is a risk and that you could lose a lot of money doing these things. But as I said, it's up to the individual. I'm here to give you the information and what I think about it. It's an interesting ICO because it's to do with financial markets and trading, and it's something I've been involved in, as you probably all know, for over 25 years in the markets. So what is the name of this ICO? Well, it's Peculium. And what's Peculium? Well, the word peculium originates from the word pecul in Latin, which literally translates to a sum of money saved for the future. So this project, and I've spoken to a few of the people involved in the ICO through Skype, and also I've been in contact with them through Telegram and Slack, and they like to call it a project because they're not just doing this to raise the money and that's it. It's a long-term thing. So basically, it says here, Peculium is a revolutionary savings platform that seamlessly integrates the power of automated machine learning and artificial intelligence, blockchain technology, basically the ERC20 Ethereum platform, and the economics of traditional savings and cryptocurrency markets. So I have to tell you that when I first looked at this and I saw artificial intelligence, so I was a bit skeptical. But I've looked through it and I think it's quite interesting. And it's another segment to the markets, basically. So basically, they're going to try to develop a system of savings, but only in the cryptocurrency space. So, and I'll read a little bit further about the project. It says, Peculium team brings 20 years of experience in automated machine learning in the form of our financial advisors. So they're going to have, basically the financial advisor for Peculium is a machine, and they call it artificial intelligence, ethics, values, and equilibrium. And it's called EVE, A-I-E-V-E, EVE. And that's the anagram for artificial intelligence, ethics, values, and equilibrium. So, and it goes on to say Peculium AML, EVE, utilizes a de facto mastered risk management algorithm to intelligently diversify and continually optimize investments to achieve the lowest risk to benefit ratio. So what do I think about algorithmic trading, machine learning, artificial intelligence? Well, I think it's something that's already happening in the world. As you know, I worked in the financial markets as a broker, advisor, salesperson, and one thing I can say is that things never stay the same. When I started out as a futures broker, I worked from the office, and I spoke to fund managers on the phone, all over the world, mostly in Europe. And if they wanted to put an order into the futures market, I would call my colleagues on the floor who were on the floor. Some brokers were also on the floor, but you had the traders in the pit, and it was a long process. And then by 1998, all that was finished. The Life Exchange, which was the biggest exchange in London, London International Financial Futures Exchange, that went off the floor in 1998, basically, and it all went screen screen-based. All the trading became screen-based. And it took another, I worked for another 14 years in the futures and options market, even though at the time everyone was thinking, oh, we're all finished, we're going to lose our jobs. But there's always new avenues that come up. So what do I think about Evie, this financial advisor that's a machine, artificial intelligence? Well, according to the people involved in the project, Evie can do, basically the work of 100,000 advisors or brokers. It's basically, a Jesse, 100 or 1,000 Jesse Livermores looking at the markets in a very short space and making decisions that would take years maybe for an individual person or trader to go through, analyze, and decision on. So this is what it's about. And I wanted to also look further into big data, artificial intelligence, and automatic machine learning. And I looked at an article from Forbes.com, and it's from November 3rd, 2017. So quite recent, a month ago. And the article says, why AI, machine learning, and big data really matter to B2B companies or business to business. And I'll quote here. It says, while most of the attention for how artificial intelligence, AI, machine learning, and big data can impact companies is focused on the business to consumer space, business to business companies need to pay attention or they risk their future success. And it says, customers have the same expectations for a simple and easy buying experience, whether it's B2C or B2B interaction. So why am I talking about B2B and B2C? Well, because Peculium is going to start as a crowdfunding. They're going to sell 45% of the tokens. ICO, they've done a private sale already, which has gone quite well. The private sale has ended, and they've got committed 1.5 million euros, which is about $1.8 million already from 201 investors. That's what's been committed to the project, how it's going so far. But back to the Forbes article. The other thing they talk about, this B2B, B2C, is that with Peculium, yeah, they're going B2C, the savings for the individual, and but after the end of the ICO on January 24th, and they've sold 45% of the tokens, they're going to do what is called a CCO, a closed coin offering, 55% of the rest of the tokens to big institutions involved in savings, or big corporations that have employee savings schemes. So all the big fund managers, the big pension funds, they're going to go for those people, which is B2B. And basically, they're going to sell themselves as automatic machine learning, artificial intelligence saving system based on the blockchain and focused on exploiting movements in the cryptocurrency assets or cryptocurrency markets. And yes, cryptocurrency, as we know, is moving so quickly. We've got so many tokens, ICOs, forking going on. And there's so much change that it's difficult for one individual, I guess, to keep track of it. Does it mean that I think everyone should put all their money into these kinds of systems? No, but it could be interesting to have some of it in something like Peculium. And they talk about the fact that, according to World Bank data, there's $19 trillion of traditional savings every year. So there's a lot of potential. And I would argue as well that capital markets are almost $300 trillion. There's potential there as well. So the other thing that's interesting about automatic machine learning and algorithms and artificial intelligence is that it allows humans to do other things. As this article in Forbes says, it says, while this type of account-based marketing decision can and will still be made by humans, the machines facilitate the process and can identify patterns that would take much longer to identify using human effort. So that's what it's all about, using the machine to help decision making, going through all the different analysis in an amount of time that would be impossible for one individual. So when I spoke to one of the chaps at Peculium, said, I want to be a devil's advocate, asking where it could go wrong. And I spoke to him about LTCM in 1998, the hedge fund that went bust and almost brought the whole, system down. The Fed had to bail them out. And they had guys that were Nobel Prize winners in economics. I think Myron Scholes and I forgot the other economists. And they had their system that was going to do really well. It was infallible, but it was, in the end, it failed, and they almost brought the whole system down because it was leveraged. So, even Jesse Livermore, for example, he was the greatest trader probably ever, and he went bust a few times. So there's no guarantees, but it's an interesting project in my opinion. It's basically replacing thousands of brokers or analysts and putting it all in one place. And is that the future of investing? I don't know. Maybe it will be part of the future of investing. I think, traditional investing and decision making will still be there. Humans will still have a role. As I have said in videos before, things used to happen in the past in the stock market, or people used to go to coffee houses to trade stocks, or during the Middle Ages, people used to have fairs and markets outside, and we still had those fairs and markets outside. So, and people still talk to each other on the phone and do deals, in private, or their pre-ICO starts on December 17th. It runs for 4 or 5 days, and then you have the ICO proper starting until January 24th. But I'll make a couple of more videos before the ICO starts with more details. So yeah, that's the ICO, Peculium. I'll put the links to their website, the link to their website below in the description. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, share it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can also follow me on Twitter and on steemit.com. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.